report of an item that was taken in the closed session, and the board took action to approve a confidential settlement agreement by the following 5-0 vote. At this time, I would like to, we're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and if we could remain standing so we can do a moment of silence. The moment of silence will be for the young man that was tragically killed in that accident, Braden Cohen. So our thoughts and prayers are with the Cohen and the Gaddis family. So at this time, I'd like, Dr. Fennell, will you please lead us in the pledge, and then we'll continue with the moment of silence right after that. Thank you. Thank you.
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. It's always a tough one, you know. It's a tough one. So let's go to item number 4. We have approval of the following student matters pursuant to Ed Code Sections 49073-49079, stipulated expulsion agreement, case number 090925-021. Okay, do I have a motion to approve? Do you have it?
I move that we approve the stipulated expulsion agreement.
And a second, please?
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, now to the best part of the meeting, communications and recognitions. Let's go ahead and start with governing board reports. Trustee Ellett.
Well, welcome back to the school year, everyone. We met just before school started, so we have a few, I want to say I really enjoyed the welcome back. I got to go to Central and shake some pom-poms as the students came onto campus, and I think that was really fun, and I know some of the other trustees went to Southwest, so I appreciate the teachers and the staff really wanting to make the school year great for the students. And then later that week, Southwest had a welcome back assembly with great participation with all the students. Then later I got to go to Central, and I was able to see the tennis team, the girls tennis team, as well as the Central girls flag football. And then for the men were out there running on the track also, so you get to see a lot at the same time at Central. I really appreciated that. And then this weekend there were quite a few events, and I'm very thankful that, again, we have such nice facilities. There was a nice women-girls volleyball tournament at Southwest. Got to watch, was able to see Southwest and Central. And really, if you haven't seen a volleyball game, I really encourage you to go see them. They go on, and they go on, and they really work out hard. And then yesterday, we saw the Southwest and Central tennis teams. And I just want to appreciate all the athletes in this heat and doing such a good job and not complaining about the heat. And then Saturday night, one more thing, there was the 9/11 Remembrance stair climb out at the fairgrounds, and I would really like to congratulate our students. ASB was there from Southwest, the cadet program was there, and they were handing out water. It was just a beautiful experience to see them supporting the city, the county, and just different issues. And I just really want to thank all the parents and students for the extra work they do outside of school, volunteering and making our community so much better. So thank you to everybody.
Thank you. Trustee Espinosa?
Yes, thank you. And just like some of my fellow board members, on August 19th, we participated in a special board meeting with our superintendent and other cabinet members, and it was really helpful refresher on board conduct and roles and other areas for us to focus on. I do want to thank Marcy and Dr. Farkas in advance for being scheduled to speak with El Centro Rotary. I do know some of those folks are excited about that, so thank you. I also appreciate the joint social media campaign between our district and El Centro Elementary School District. I think it's a really great campaign. reminding our community that making a school threat is no joke, and I do appreciate that. And finally, I'm grateful to Central and that Seroptimus is able to partner with NASA on the International Space Apps Challenge. So thank you for that, Mr. Ryan, and for the Central school being available and open to this really new initiative. Came to Seroptimus from NASA, International Space Apps Challenge. It's on October 4th through the 5th. It is open to everyone, all ages. There are no age limits, so if you don't have any coding history or anything like that, do not fret, is what they tell us, and I don't have any coding history, so I'm excited about that. But it's a global event open to all ages, and so I think it's a wonderful chance for our community to be part of such a STEM-focused initiative. So thank you. Thank you. That's it for my report.
Oh, thank you. Trustee Tabares.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I went to a few games, especially the football right now, because both of my kids are there. But then I'm trying to make it to the Central ones, but I know Thursday we'll try to beat you guys. But I went to the back to school night. It was wonderful seeing all the teachers, getting to meet everybody, and doing walkthroughs with staff, getting to know them. And other than that, everything's been good at both sites, well, all sites. And thank you very much. Have a good day.
Okay, Trustee Mora.
That's me.
That's you.
Welcome back, everybody. I know that we did have a meeting in August, but not everything was back to normal. Hopefully now things are kind of getting back to normal, but it has been very, very, very busy. We did attend the Welcome Back and started at Desert Oasis. Thank you for making it an hour earlier, because that way I was able to be there. And then I continued at Central, took a walk around the campus, met some new staff in the rooms, and then finished that at Southwest, which by the time I got to Southwest, it was nice weather, but at Central, it felt, the humidity was horrible. But as you can see, we all stay busy. And I know at some of the sites is like, oh, here comes B again. But it's because we attend the events and we visit certain departments that invite us over. And every visit we do, or wherever we're at, I notify Mr. Farkas just so he'll know that I'm not out there causing chaos, even though chaos is my middle name, right? But again, like the rest of our board, yesterday's tennis match was special because you got two for the price of one. You got Central and Southwest playing against each other, so I didn't have to run to Central and then run to Southwest. Volleyball games, it's kind of gets to your heart to see the kids that were either in the high school when I was there as a security, and now their kids are playing, and the parents just tell the students, oh, this is Miss B, and she was like, and the kids just look at me and like, oh, I'm glad you're not security anymore. But it just hits your heart to see all these kids that you sort of were a part of their lives as we got them when they were in high school. But I do want to ask that we support our students, with their activities, not only sports, but some of them have a club, some of them have different events. Let's be there for them. I try to be there, and it just hits home because my kids, I try to be there. Even though you drive yourself crazy, I try to be there for my kids and my grandkids now, which is triple the busy schedules. But try to support our kids because they love seeing us out there, and we need to show them that, we appreciate what they do. And like Ms. Debbie said, the heat out there, just appreciate them being such a good sport, because I wouldn't want to be out there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with the heat, but we're very blessed with our students, so let's please support our kids. Thank you.
Thank you. you know, by the time it gets to me, you guys have pretty much covered everything, so I try to, okay. So it was nice, I was watching Padres, and I saw our cadets doing the flag ceremony, and it just makes me feel so good, because you say, hey, those are our kids, you know, and they're doing such a great job, and Mr. Dermott said they've got maybe some Charger games coming up and that type of thing, so it's nice to see when they announce Southwest High School, and some people say, oh, is that the Southwest High School in Chula Vista, because that's the same school. No, and same name. I said, no, that's Cedar Valley. So very proud of that group that does that on national TV, or those that watch the Padres. You know, and I know I live by Southwest, and I was complaining a little bit about people just driving down my street because they're trying to avoid 23rd and Lotus. And I don't know if the word got out. It's kind of a little bit better now, so that the speed demons, or maybe they're going somewhere else, but I think they're controlling the traffic a lot better around the high school. And also Central, when last year we put in those new stop signs.
Yes.
You know, sometimes I even forget, because I went to that school for 34 years. I thought, oh, it's a stop sign now. So, but I think the traffic, the kids are safer, and it's really helping our kids get to the classroom. And the activities after school, I firmly believe that education-based athletics and activities is what it's making our kids excel past the classroom, because everything that our advisors and coaches, it's an extension of the classroom. And so, and people say, well, it's not, we're not going to hear what they did in the English class, but we might hear the media talk about what the quarterback from the girls' flag football yesterday. I mean, my goodness, I watched, it was Vince, I think it's Vincent Memorial. And I think that girl just played in the national flag football championship. They were on ESPN and everything. So it's good to see those kids interacting with that, and they're all doing a good job. Tennis, volleyball match. I've got a couple of the tournaments in San Diego. So our kids are well-rounded. They represent us well, and I think we've got a lot going on. City championship in a couple of days. It's 9/11, you know, so I think they've got probably, Mr. Spanos doesn't want to spill the beans, but I'm sure they got something so we can remember that as well. So, okay, let's go with our student board members. We've got new ones this year. So when we call you, we're going to go, Miss Alvarado, you're going to go first and just say a little about yourself, and then go ahead and give your report.
Good evening. My name is Elin Alvarado. I am a senior at Central, and something about me is that I am the sport team captain, and this is my last year, and I'm really excited. Bittersweet moment.
We're welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, board, committee members, and Superintendent Dr. Farkas. My name is Elin Alvarado, 2526 school board representative for Central Union High School. I am thrilled to represent an exceptional school and work with this district. To kick off this upcoming grade school year, our Link Crew leaders held a freshman orientation on August 8th to welcome the class of 2029. August 11th was our first day of school, where teachers, cheerleaders, and ASB members greeted students at every gate, handing out candy bags as a welcome back gift to all. Thursday, August 14th, we had our Spartans showing off their great smiles at the ID picture day. Later that evening, we had our first home volleyball game, where Lady Spartans won 3 out of 4 sets against Calexico. Friday, August 15th, our Link Crew leaders held a freshman assembly to highlight the importance of our campus, including dress code, setting goals for high school, and wearing blue every Friday to showcase our Spartan pride. August 20th, we held a leadership meeting, which included ASB, Link Crew, SEO, changemakers, and a new set of leaders, attendance ambassadors, where we are trying to connect every leadership group on campus to make one big team. Friday, August 22nd, we held a morning rally that included face paint, our morning march out by the Great Spartan Band, Tall Flags, and Spartans, cheers and chants by our cheerleaders, getting our Spartans ready for the first home football game. That evening before the game, Link Crew organized a Frost Tunnel Run, where about 250 freshmen got an opportunity to run through the tunnel, get into the game for free, and represent the class of 2029. Football went against Europa Hills, ending with a winning score of 47-14. Girls golf had a successful match against Vincent Memorial on August 26th. Open house night was on August 27th, where parents had the opportunity to meet their students' teachers, pre-order the yearbook, and purchase Spartan merchandise. August 28th, we had was the start to our Feed Your City food drive, where our Spartans left all their non-perishable donations in their class advisors' classrooms. During that same day, during advisory, we had our first Spartan Senate meeting, which consists of 2 representatives per advisory, and they have an opportunity to give ASB feedback and input on what we can do to implement and bring into this school year. That same evening, girls tennis went against Calexico and took on the victory. Friday, August 29th, we had our second home football game against Palm Desert, ending with another victorious score of 33 out of 14. Our cross-country team attended the cross-country Ravens Invitational on August 30th. Frosh class officer elections were held September 1st through the 5th, and I'd like to congratulate President Sadie Castañeda, Vice President Dylan Escobar, Treasurer Victoria Salazar, and Secretary Riley Bustamante for winning these class officer positions. One last big huge shout out I want to give is to the Spartan Sound Production and Dr. Taki for producing the Voices del Valle podcast, allowing our students to come out on the radio and giving them another opportunity. Upcoming events for this month include Girls Flag Football versus Brawley, September 9th, Senior Sunrise, September 10th, City Champs Varsity Football, September 11th, our club fair, September 12th during both lunches, Girls Tennis versus Hopeville, September 10th, Girls Volleyball versus Brawley, September 22nd, our Fall Sports Assembly, September 26th, Varsity Football versus La Quinta, September 26th, which is also our senior night, and to stay up to date with all our social media accounts, please follow our Instagram at @CWHS_updates, TikTok at CWHS Spartans, and on YouTube Spartans for Life. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay, Southwest High School, Ms. Baxter, tell us about yourself.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Zoe Baxter, and one thing that's interesting about myself is that I play the cello and that I am in chamber orchestra at Southwest. And so I'm really looking forward to this year being president also of that club and all the upcoming events that we have so far. So good evening, Superintendent Dr. Farkas, board members, and members of the community and fellow students. My name is Zoe Baxter, and I'm your 2025-2026 School Board Representative for Southwest High School. I would like to begin my report by saying that I am very grateful to be here to deliver my report and to help keep everyone informed on the exciting events at Southwest. Tonight I have with me our ASB Director, Mr. Spanos, serving in his 11th year as ASB Director, which makes him the longest tenured ASB Director in our school's 30-year history, passing up the long-standing Mr. Lyon with his 10 combined years as an Eagle ASB Director. Also with me, there are 3 members from this year's ASB Council, being our ASB President, Johan Padilla, our ASB Vice President, Kendra Santos Cervantes, and our ASB Treasurer, Leonor Fernandez. To show our gratitude to the hard work that you all do for our school district, we would like to present you all with a Southwest shirt with the new design for this year. So, then we're going to be coming up.
Now,
Thank
we'll not be able to wear it on
Thank you
Thursday.
very much.
Congratulations.
But we'll
They can't
definitely
show
wear it for the
person.
next team. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm a Southwest grad, so I
Thank you.
love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's cool.
1996. Wow. 1996.
And our director's assistant, Alexa Romo, could not make it this evening due to her volleyball game. And we wish her and all of our amazing volleyball players good luck in their game against Mount Empire at Southwest. We know that they will keep fighting until the end. And now to my ASB report. Meet the Eagles was on August 13th. The event introduced the varsity student athletes of the season, the SHS band, and numerous performance groups, the ASB team, and our SHS principals. Southwest then had their back-to-school night on August 27th. We had an amazing turnout, and our Southwest ASB did a great job guiding parents and setting an example as student leaders on campus. For the first home football game of the season, our ASB planned and executed a beginning of the year Spirit Week and school-wide assembly titled Diving into the School Year. A very interesting note, the opening assembly skit was recorded by students, which is nothing unusual, but this skit actually went viral on social media, reaching over 2 million views in less than a week.
Wow.
So we were excited that our PEP team's idea became overwhelmingly popular within our region. Our first Friday Night Lights student section was themed Beach Luau and was very well attended, filled with lots of purple and gold. Our academics committee has presented the August and September ASB Teacher of the Month to Mr. Alvarado for his hard work and dedication to this year's summer band camp. Mr. Alvarado then recognized Amina Munoz as ASB Student of the Month for the months of August and September. Congratulations to the both of them. Not only that, but our academics committee has also presented each of our teachers with a birthday in August and September a candy goodie bag. 12 of our ASB members also attended the 9/11 stair climb event this past Saturday, helping to distribute waters and keeping spirits up for our volunteers. Moving on to athletics, ASB Coach of the Month for the months of August and September was awarded to Coach Lindbergh of girls volleyball. Coach Lindbergh then recognized Alina Arevalos as the ASB athlete for the months of August and September. Congratulations to the both of them. Then, coming up, the annual football City Champs game will be on September 11th. The Southwest student section will be dressed in camo to recognize our guests, our military, and will also honor our first responders. We invite you to be our guests for the City Championship and also to help us honor this special September 11th ceremony during the game. The current records of our fall sports are at football at 0-3, but continues to improve under our new coach, Seibel. Flag football at 3-4 on the season so far. Girls volleyball is 5-7 in the season. Tonight they're playing Mount Empire and we wish them luck. Girls golf at 4-0, ranked 14th in Division 1 with CIF. And girls tennis is 3-2 on the season and 2-0 in IVL play. Cross country has had 2 invitational meets, and we have had a number of athletes place in both meets. This Saturday, they will be hosting the SHS Invite on September 13th at 7 a.m. at Sunbeam Lake Park. Additional important information can be found on Southwest Instagram page at SHS Athletics. Moving on to HOSA. Beginning the year, HOSA held informational meetings to inform students of opportunities within HOSA. To further inform and recruit students, HOSA also attended Club Rush. For the month of September, HOSA is spreading awareness for suicide prevention and will be joining the week-long campaign for suicide prevention next week. The HOSA chapter officers are preparing for the Washington Leadership Academy, and they would also like to remind everyone to save the date for October 23rd for the blood drive with the San Diego Blood Bank. Moving on to SEVAPA, the SEVAPA theater component will be the first to open this year's series of performances with its first show titled WCKY. It's a murder mystery taking place at a live radio station. The audience also gets to guess who the killer is during intermission. Performances are Friday, October 3rd, and Saturday, October 4th at 7 p.m. in the Jimmy Cannon Theater. For more information, contact SEVAPA coordinator, Mr. Spanos. SEVAPA Music has had many great events planned for October. On Saturday, October 11th, they are hosting a combination of School of Rock, held in the Southwest Amphitheater in the morning, followed by a music and arts festival in the afternoon. There, students from local elementary and middle schools are invited to learn about rock music and then perform later that afternoon. In addition, there will be numerous performances and refreshments and games and fun for everyone who attends. Moving on to orchestra. During the summer, the Southwest Orchestra has also held a summer orchestra camp for children of all skill levels to cultivate their musical abilities for a week. They then concluded it with a concert for all parents to attend. Southwest Chamber Orchestra started the school year by going to Kaufman on August 28th to perform for the kids there and to expose them to the world of classical music. Southwest Wind Ensemble and Orchestra would also like to announce their upcoming joint concert called A Night at the Movies on October 18th. They're also extending an invitation to the board to attend their performance and to hear some of your favorite movie soundtracks. Moving on to band, Southwest Drumline performed at Back to School Night to welcome families, and they also performed at a flag football game. In addition, the Drumline was featured in the first school assembly of the year, helping to create an exciting atmosphere for students and staff. The marching band has worked with Coach Seibel to add a new element to their pregame show, which now includes a live announcement of the football team's starting lineup. The students are currently preparing for a collaborative performance with the CUHS band at the September 11th home football game, where both groups will join together for the halftime performance. Looking ahead, the marching band will continue performing at all home football games throughout the fall and will begin preparing for a parade season later in the year. Moving on to Eagle Corp, they were able to perform their color guard performance at Petco Park for the San Diego Padres, and they practice hard after school to enhance their drill ceremony skills. They have also been fundraising to purchase their new drill rifles and continue planning a surprise drill performance at SHS. Their leadership staff have been planning many community events, one of them being the annual 9/11 Memorial Run here in Imperial Valley. They teamed up with IV911.org to organize, conduct, participate, and close out and clean for the 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb this past Saturday. Their work will not go unrecognized. Thank you to the hard work that Eagle Cadet Corps did for the community this past Saturday. Moving on to FFA. During the summer, the El Centro FFA officer team went to Julian to the retreat on July 28th through 31st. For the month of August, FFA held an ice cream social on the 20th, a livestock meeting on the 26th, and back to school night on the 27th. For the month of September, FFA held their Green Hand officer interviews on the 3rd and 4th of September, along with their parent livestock meeting on the 4th of September. Other events that are planned for the month of September are as follows: FFA's first chapter meeting, their Blythe section trip on the 10th, and the Imperial section GLC leadership conference. Alongside all of these, they're also preparing to plant their garden. Don't forget to follow at Southwest ASP on all platforms, including Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. On behalf of our Southwest ASP and Principal Derma, thank you for your time, and I hope you all have a great night. That will conclude my report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Desert Oasis High School, Ms. Guillen? Yeah.
Hello. Good afternoon, Superintendent, Dr. Farkas, board members, staff, and all of those in attendance. Thank you for this opportunity to speak in front of you. My name is Angela Dominguez, and I am the student board representative of Desert Oasis High School, Phoenix Rising. A lot of great things are happening at Desert Oasis High School and at Phoenix Rising, such as on August 4th, Desert Oasis and Phoenix Rising held its orientation day to help students and families with a welcome transition to Desert Oasis and Phoenix Rising. We held back to school night on August 27th, where students and families had opportunities to meet teachers and staff. The senior class of 2026 also had the opportunity to have their first fundraiser this night. We had a successful Title I meeting for our parents, where approximately 25 parents were present. Students recently completed their NWEA map growth assessment, and they're now inputting their RIT scores into IXL, so that every student may have a personalized academic intervention. Our Impactor Pathway, our social emotional program, is up and going. Students will be accessing the online program on Tuesday and Thursday during advisory. On September 4th, ARC held a Hello and Goodbye Lola event for Mrs. Vanessa Ochoa, where they provide snow cones and play music during lunch. To celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month and Mexican Independence Day, ARC will be hosting a celebration during lunch on September 16th. There will be piñatas and snacks provided for students. Hope to see you there. From September 15th to 19th, counselors and school-based mental health specialists will go to advisory periods to present their lessons on and meet counselors, attendance, pride plan, and mental health services. On September 22nd, we will be having a higher ed day. College and career representative will be able to provide the information to our seniors. Behavioral health will also be on campus to provide the students with suicide awareness presentations. The date will be determined. We are having an annual suicide prevention awareness fair on September 26th during advisory, where students will have the opportunity to ask questions and obtain information from different agencies throughout the valley. Thank you for your time. I hope to see you at Desert Oasis and Phoenix Rising.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's Dominguez is your last name?
Yes.
I apologize for that. Sorry about that. Carol?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay, we're on to number 5, Central Union High School District Student Club Reports. Do we have anybody? Here we go.
board members and Superintendent Farkas. My name is Maureen Lopez. I'm the social media coordinator for Active Minds at Southwest High School. Active Minds is a student-led organization dedicated to promoting mental health awareness. Our goal is to reduce the stigma surrounding mental health challenges and to create a supportive environment. To achieve this, our club organizes engaging presentations and activities that spark conversation and provide resources. One of our signature initiatives is Wellness Wednesdays. On every full Wednesday during both lunches, our Active Minds officers and community health worker students host resource tables on campus. These tables provide information, activities, and connections to support services, encouraging students to prioritize their well-being. Our community partners include Imperial County Behavioral Health Services and Imperial County Public Health Department. Through these efforts, Active Minds is helping to build a culture at Southwest High School where mental health is valued. Conversations are open and students know that they are not alone. We would like to present you with a goodie bag of resources to help promote Suicide Prevention Month and advocate for mental health and wellness. Thank you for your support in making mental health a priority at our schools.
Thank you. Do we have any other club reports that want to do anything? Okay, let's go item number 6, Superintendent's Report. Dr. Farkas.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, trustees. Thanks for joining us tonight for our presentations and our celebrations. We'll make it short. Our schools are incredible. Our students and parents have really shown up to really start the school year off the right way. Back to school night was incredible. All the programs we have. It's a tricky challenge in the summertime when we have so many students coming from other communities that want to come to our schools. It's a good headache to have. We have to mix and match. Miss Petter does a lot with the schools trying to organize where the seats are because we only have so many seats in each program, in each classroom. And Carol Taylor does a good job of helping us organize our transfers because everybody wants to come to Central. They want to come to Southwest. They want to come to Central Union High School, and it's a fantastic feeling to be the superintendent. So I take a lot of pride, and I'm really blessed to be part of our district. Tonight I want to showcase something that's just about 90 seconds, and it's the work of our Public Information Officer, Ms. Fernanda Lynch, and the work of our Desert Oasis staff organizing something that says good stuff about, I'm sorry, Carol, I should have been faster. The Desert Oasis High School, learning a little bit more about it because there's still, now it's not much out there, but there's still the stigma of that's where when you make bad choices you go. Not at all, not at all. Here's a little video to learn a little bit more about our third school.
I really like about this school is that the support that you have when you come here. You're not alone, and even though if you want to be in your little nutshell and you want to be placed in the corner, you're honestly like, it's a family here more than anything. From the time I came with the mentality of, okay, let's try it. And this school opened their doors to me, and honestly, all the teachers have, they don't even have to be my own teacher for them to like talk to you and interact with you and really connect and give you that advice. Even if they don't know you, everyone knows each other here and everyone supports each other here.
She's one of many students that I've had just like her. They recovered their credits, raised their GPA, and was just overall happy and graduated right on time.
So we are a smaller environment, so students thrive in a smaller classroom, and if they feel like, maybe they need to just quieter time or, they need a little bit more help with the teacher, more one-on-one, that's when they can come to us. It can be voluntary too if they want to come, and it's a better environment for them. Something that helped me and pushed me to my limit was probably the teachers. All the teachers here ask if you understand the things. If they don't, they'll get to know you to know if you really understand it, and they will go over it and over it until you get it. I'm the first one from my siblings that's going to attend college. I'm graduating early. This school also helped me get a job at 60 years old. So it it definitely changed her perspective, and now they're very proud of me and happy. We are very proud of her with her ups and downs that she has been through times, very hard times, and she had just demonstrated that she could do it, and she has. Yes.
As we step forward, let's carry our lessons, our resilience, our community, and our guidance that we've learned here. Let's remember the teachers who pushed us, the friends who supported us, and the moments that define us. Congratulations, Class of 2025.
So thank you to our PIO, to our staff and our students and families for really putting out what we're about to the community, and we're really proud of all of our schools and our staff and our families and students. So thank you very much. Thought that would be a little more interesting than me talking, so thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Farkas. Okay, item 7, Business Department Report. Mrs. Mendoza.
Good afternoon, board members, community. So I'm going to just give a brief update. I know I have a presentation ahead, but I do want to give a breakdown of where we're at with our 24-25 unaudited actuals. As you can see, our beginning balance July 1st of 2024 was $30,532,215. Our revenues for the 24-25 fiscal year were $80,420,583. Then we have our expenditures at $86,495,899. We do have a deficit spending of $6,075,315. Then we do also have the transfers in, which this $28,000, what it is the money we receive for our developer fees and for the Verizon tower that is on our property at I believe it's at Southwest. So with the ending balance of $24,485,000, from that balance we have $121,000, which is in our revolving cash. Our restricted ending balance is $11,907,282, leaving our unrestricted balance at $12,457,422. So this is just a breakdown of where we ended the school year. I will actually go into details in my next presentation at the end. I also wanted to give an aquatic center update. So last week, I did meet with the architect to revisit the scope of work. We do have minor changes because costs have gone up. So we're working to bring those costs down. We did some redesigns as far as, I can get into a lot of detail. I've been learning a lot, but we're trying to bring the cost down. So as you can see that our phase 1 has been completed. So right now everything's cleaned up. You probably won't see activity again until October, November. Next board meeting, I will bring an update of where we're at. We do plan out to go, to bidding with the subcontractors based on the new scope of work. So that's where we're at with that. Then in November of 2025, I plan to bring the guaranteed maximum price and also the bid. That way you guys can approve so we can start on this project. So hopefully November, you'll start seeing some more the actual construction of the project. So that's my brief update for now, but I will be back to present more details on the 24-25 unaudited actuals and the 25-26 revised budget. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Okay, we have new teacher recognition. Mrs. Quijada and Mrs. Martinez, or just Ms. Quijada? Hop along here.
Sorry, I moved slowly.
That's okay.
Glad to see you.
So good evening, everyone. On behalf of our instructional support team, myself, Ms. Martinez, Mr. Avalar, Mrs. Enns, Ms. Sheldall, and Mr. Gallaga, I'm going to be presenting to you our newest family members, those who have joined us either recently or within the last year and are now a part of our Central Union High School District family. So we are welcoming our new teachers tonight. And go ahead. So one thing that I think is super important is the way that you bring on individuals into our collective family. I think in our district we do a lot to try to make sure that our new teachers feel not only welcome but supported. That's super important because when our teachers feel supported, our students feel the benefits of that support and they feel supported as well. So, new to our fine arts department and to our long-term instructional support staff, we have Tista Chakraborty, who is our fine arts teacher at Southwest, Cristina Madueño, who is our new dance teacher at Central, and Mr. Eddie Palomares, who is our long-term independent study teacher at Southwest. Previously at Mount Signal Virtual, he was hired on a little bit late in the year, and so we never really got an opportunity to share his name and to make sure that we represent him as one of our new family members. And of course, the individuals are in these photos. I didn't get head-on shots of them, but the pictures that you'll see throughout this presentation happened during the New Teacher Orientation Day, which happened on August 5th. Our new special education staff include Jessica Barajas, who is our new extensive support needs teacher at Central, Melissa Alvarado, who is one of our new SPED teachers at Central Union High School, and Mr. Fidel de la Peña, who joined us a little bit late in the year last year, but we wanted to make sure that he was also involved in this presentation. You can see them doing team building activities. Actually, the teachers, like I said, are in these photos. They are working together with their peers and colleagues in a team building activity. That was a lot of fun, to be honest with you. I was really surprised at how 3 or 4 people can pull on a string and really move things around effectively to create a pyramid. But these teams, the chatter, the camaraderie, just the conversations that happen were a great beginning to getting to know one another. Our new PE and CTE staff include Mr. Bo Seibel, who's been mentioned this evening. He's our new PE teacher and football coach at Southwest High School. And Sydney Manghe, who is our agriculture teacher at Southwest High School. Again, both of them pictured here doing different activities, building their team with other individuals. And then finally, new district staff. We have Denise Frazier, who is our new SLP, speech language pathologist, and Francisca Rico Murillo, who is one of our psychologists. And another thing to point out about these new teacher types of activities, I remember vividly those that I came on board with my first year as a teacher. Those relationships have been active, and I've seen some of them retire, and it's a little bit interesting to think to myself, wow, I'm getting close to that point. And then, you know, to kind of rib them and say, hey, you're leaving first, this is not fair. And so we're hopeful that these activities where we bring the new teachers together and where they have an opportunity to interact with the IST and other members of our support teams will give them that connectedness, that camaraderie, and that feeling of just belonging to this district as a whole as we move forward. And so thank you very much for allowing us to bring this information to the presentation. The New Teacher Academy will continue on throughout the year, and so we will be continuing this supportive structure through the IST. Our coaches are phenomenal, and I'm sure you'll probably get to meet them sometime later on in the year, but the work that they do, the work that these new teachers are doing at this moment in time are things that we just want to really lift up so that you all know how wonderful we think our new teachers are. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Quijada. I know the dance room, the new remodeled dance room at Central is coming along, except for the mirrors or something. It's kind of like, I'm afraid to go in there. It's a little bit like dizziness or vertigo or something, so hopefully they get that taken. And you're right, the maths, we're still waiting for the flooring for that, but nice to see that the old math wing is now going to be used for something a little bit, with a little bit of a 5, 6, 7, 8 going on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to public comment session. At this time, the Board of Trustees will hear comments, presentations, or requests on matters listed on this agenda. The board will not respond to any public comments directly. Speakers are requested to give their names and addresses. Time limit for speakers is 3 minutes. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. The board reserves the right to limit presentations, and this meeting is being recorded. So, Trustee Espinosa, do we have anybody for items on the agenda?
I believe we have one on the agenda. We have a few public comments that say they're agenda items wanting to address, but they don't specify which agenda item.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the...
Mr. Sandoval?
Yes, I'm going to start with the actual agenda item, and then those who identify that they want to speak on an item on the agenda, but there's no agenda item identified, so we're going to go with that.
Okay. Mr. Sandoval?
Yes, Mr. Sandoval.
Here or?
You're good right there, sir.
Great.
Yeah, thank you.
Agenda item 12.
Hi. Good evening, Board of Trustees, President Nugent. My name is Tony Sandoval, 45 West Mallard Street, Heber, California. I come today as the parent of 2 proud CUHSD students. Both are fortunate to attend Southwest High School. I come to speak on probably the least exciting thing on your agenda today, which is board policies. In the agenda, one of the items that is up for your first review is a board policy that would add dual enrollment courses to weighted GPA. So currently the district offers a 5-point GPA for an A, 4 for a B for things like AP, honors, and the board policy says concurrent post-secondary education. In your agenda, you're being asked to clarify that that means dual enrollment at Imperial Valley College. I would just encourage you to pass that when it comes up on your agenda. It's on there for first review today. So I have 2 asks. First, my ask would be that we see if we can do that on an accelerated timeline. There are seniors right now that are applying for scholarships right now, that are applying for colleges right now, that could benefit from having that additional higher GPA based off their dual enrollment classes that they're taking at IVC. Waiting until the October board meeting would require those seniors to wait an additional month, delaying the scholarship process, missing deadlines with that higher GPA that they would be entitled to. So that's my first ask. My second ask would be that you make it retroactive to when this year's freshmen, or when this year's seniors were freshmen. They've been taking dual enrollment classes for years and years and years, and they haven't been given that opportunity. And so I would just ask that the board consider making that retroactive to when this year's seniors were freshmen. That would be the 22-23 school year. Other than that, I am appreciative of Dr. Farkas, the administration, for moving so quickly. I reached out to them, and it's on the agenda today. That's exactly the way that it should work, but I wanted you to hear from me first. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sandoval.
Right.
So we go to non-agenda items?
Maybe they can clarify first, because they do mark that they have it on the agenda, and I just want to make sure that
Okay.
they're not, because it doesn't say which one. Miss Melissa Lara, are you speaking on an agenda item or non-agenda item? Okay, perfect. I'm going to clarify that one more for Peter Ramirez. Are you speaking on a certain agenda item or just general non-agenda item?
You want me to go?
Non-agenda? Okay. That's okay. I just need to clarify which one it is. Just want to make sure we're hitting where we need to hit. Okay. These are all non-agenda.
Okay. Public comment session on non-agenda items. At this time, the Board of Trustees will hear comments, presentations, or requests on matters not listed on this agenda, or other topics that are not on the agenda but are within the board's jurisdiction. The board will not respond to any public comments directly. Speakers are requested to give their names and addresses. Time for speakers is 3 minutes. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 10 minutes. The board reserves the right to limit presentations. This meeting is being recorded. Okay, Trustee Espinosa?
Yes, Madam President. Melissa Lara?
Good evening, President Nugent, esteemed members of the board, and Superintendent Farkas. My name is Melissa Lara, and I am the mother of Misha Lara, a senior at Southwest High School. I want to begin by sharing who my daughter is. Throughout all her years in school, she has never been in trouble. She is an AP student, has been dual enrolled at IVC, and a young woman dedicated to working hard and representing her school with pride. Misha is actively involved in AVID, cheer, and Savapa dance. Beyond academics, she has served our Catholic parish as an altar server since the age of 8. She assists at funerals and special parish services and now trains younger servers, teaching them to serve with reverence. Her faith is central to who she is and to her life. At home, she is the kind of person who washes her own dishes and anyone else's in the sink without being asked. These are not the actions of a reckless teenager. They are the habits of a young woman who lives her values every day. Misha is not a troublemaker. She is not disrespectful. She is a model student and leader who simply made a naive mistake. The video Misha posted was a TikTok trend from her personal account. She didn't know the meaning of the phrase cracking freshman or pay attention to the song lyrics and doesn't even listen to rap music. Once she realized how it was being interpreted, she deleted the video herself. That's not behavior of someone intending harm, but of a student who recognized her mistake and corrected it immediately. Yet the school chose the harshest punishment possible, the harshest consequence, complete removal from ASB. Instead of offering guidance, a warning, or even probation, the opportunity was taken away entirely. It feels less like an effort to help her learn and grow, and more like a decision to make an example of her. What troubles me most is the double standard. On official SHS and CUHS accounts, there are videos with profanity, sexual and drug references. Lyrics include, "Now this shit got big." Another one, "She got them titties did and she got that ass did." And another one, "Crush a bit, roll it up, take a hit." Even Principal Derma appeared in a video set to lyrics about sexual acts. These are school-sponsored, public-facing accounts endorsed by staff, and yet no one is removed, no one is disciplined. So I ask you, why is my 17-year-old daughter, a student leader, being punished more harshly than the adults or school programs doing the same thing? Why is she being singled out as an example while these behaviors continue unchecked? Who is monitoring this, and why are they failing to do their job? I am not asking that Misha avoid accountability. She should face consequences, but they should be fair and proportionate. A Saturday school, a probationary period, or even loss of her secretary title would have been reasonable. But removing her entirely after years of service and an unblemished record is not. This board exists to protect students and act in their best interests. The greater issue is not my daughter's naive mistake, but that our schools promote explicit lyrics on official pages while holding students to a harsher, inconsistent standard.
Okay, Ms. Laura, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I know normally it's our policies not to respond, but from what I understand, the superintendent has met with you and is meeting with you again, possibly on Friday.
Correct.
And so maybe you meet with Dr. Farkas on Friday and we can see maybe something else.
Okay.
But I appreciate you coming. I'm sorry I had to cut you off.
Was my time up?
Yeah.
Okay, thank
It's
you.
okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
We have a Francis Mejia.
Good afternoon. Hi, Francis Mejia, 307 Willow Bend Drive, El Centro, California. My name's Francis, and I've known Misha and her family for many years. I'm here tonight because the situation is about more than Misha. It raises a larger question of fairness and consistency. She's being punished for a video from her personal account that she posted, and with explicit lyrics, degrading lyrics, and they've been shared publicly, but not only by students, but also endorsed by staff and the principal himself. A handout has been provided for you so you can follow along on the lyrics. On this one SHS TikTok video featuring Principal Derma, he walks into a classroom, slaps a hand like a teenager, puts on glasses, and begins dancing and raging with the students as if in a nightclub. Students shine their phone lights around him, and when the classroom door closes, a poster for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes is visible. Yet the song playing over the scene contains lyrics like, "Before I put it in, I smack her ass. Pull out my iFeezy, hit record, turn on the flash. We gonna make a movie like Ray J and Kim Kardashian. Put on her block list. That's if that bleep, trash bleep. I'm Polo G stressing who it ain't a bleep that I can't smash. How is it appropriate for a principal, an adult of the leader of the school, to appear in a video like this with students, especially at a time when schools are under scrutiny for staff-student boundaries? This sends a troubling message. Teachers and principals should not be hanging out with students in ways that blur professional lines, much less to promoting degrading music. And it doesn't stop there. On another SHS TikTok account, profanity is left unbleeped. Now this shit got big. This shit got bigger than ever. I just hopped the jet. This shit go straight to LA. Bitch, I done got whatever. And on the SHS ASB account, when giving out donuts for honor roll, they used Pitbull's lyric, "Meet me at the hotel." What does "Meet me at the hotel," sung repeatedly, have to do with rewarding students for good grades? What message are you trying to send when pairing academic achievement with suggestive lyrics like that? And even several SHS accounts collab post with a SHS student photographer, including drug references: crush a bit, little bit, roll it up, take a hit, feeling lit, feeling right. And it's not just SHS. At Central, an official account promoted a song with these lyrics. She got them titties did, she got that ass did. My new bitch a Blasian, I fuck her like crazy. Homicide, we killing everything. This is happening across schools in the district, so I have to ask, who is monitoring this? Is it acceptable for teachers and staff to allow such content under the school's name? These are not personal accounts. They are official, public-facing school accounts, overseen by staff and promoted by the schools themselves. Yet no one is being removed and no one is being disciplined. So I ask again, why is a 17-year-old girl who made a mistake being treated more harshly than adults in school programs openly promoting explicit lyrics? Why is she being singled out as the example? This is not fairness. This is hypocrisy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lawrence Castañeda.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Lawrence Castañeda. I live at 203 South 21st Street, El Centro, California. I felt compelled to speak about this unfair and disproportionate punishment. Misha made a naive mistake on her personal TikTok account, participating in a trend without understanding its meaning and using a sound with explicit lyrics. Once she realized, she deleted the video. This was not malice. This was a teenager making a poor choice and then correcting it. But here's the question. How are personal accounts being judged? Many students in the Central Union High School District have surely posted videos on their personal TikToks with explicit lyrics. Let me give you just two examples. One student posted a video filmed at SHS using these lyrics repeated over and over, "And make the ghetto bitches put their hands on their knees." Another video posted by the same SHS student who was both in ASB and in Savapa dance spoke these words: "Pull up your goddamn pants, you loser. Don't come crying to me when your dreams fall apart. Don't fucking hold your breath." This second video was filmed outside the ASB classroom. The student went on to graduate as an ASB member and Savapa dancer without removal, public consequence, or loss of titles. So I ask, is the school regularly policing all personal student social media accounts? Why then is Misha being singled out? And beyond SHS, at Central, there are official posts tied to music with these lyrics: "We stomp through this bitch like a frat." On another, "I pull that gun off the hip." And a different post, "I get it in and go, ooh, ooh." These are three separate Central social media posts, violent, explicit, and degrading content shared publicly under the school's name. So I have to ask, Is the district monitoring these accounts at all? Is it acceptable for staff to allow this while a student like Misha is removed from ASB? Misha is not claiming she should avoid consequences. She knows she should face them. But removing her entirely from ASB after years of service, leadership, and spotless character is not the right response. A warning, probation, or Saturday school would have been reasonable. Complete removal is extreme and unfair, especially when far worse behavior has been tolerated. Seems like staff is not doing their homework. Misha is a good person. She does not deserve to have her senior year or her future defined by a single mistake. I understand that day-to-day discipline is typically handled by principals and administrators, but when a punishment is disproportionate, inconsistent, and unfair and risks harming a student's future, the board has both the authority and the responsibility to intervene. I respectfully ask that this board to direct Superintendent Farkas to reconsider Misha's case. Please allow her to remain in ASB with a fair consequence, whether probation, Saturday school, or the removal of her official title. You are the governing body of this district. You set the tone for what fairness looks like. Tonight I am asking you to make sure it looks like compassion, consistency, and common sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Peter Ramirez?
Good evening, ladies. My name is Peter Ramirez, and I am Micha Lara's grandfather. And you probably heard my daughter and her friends, and I don't have a written speech, but I'm here to support my granddaughter. Personally, I have been with my daughter to speak to the principal at Southwest. My daughter went to the superintendent, and it was no, you know. So they're sticking to their policy, and I can understand it in a way, but still, everyone is entitled to a mistake. I'll give you an example. Many years ago, when I was working for county schools, and I worked with all the county superintendents, all the school superintendents. And at that time, Joe Maruca was the superintendent. He was the principal. And I was in his office for something, and we were having a discussion, and Joe told me about a trip to Disneyland with all the seniors. And they called him up and says, Joe, you got to come and get one of your kids. They got him for wheat. And so Joe went and got the kid out. I said, I thought it was some cholo. He said, but no, here's this good-looking kid, well-dressed and everything. So I took him out. When I was in his office several days later, Joe was telling me, I didn't know that was your son. Well, I wasn't there to tell Joe to give my son a break. But Joe said, you know what, Pete? If you want your son to walk for graduation, I'll let him walk. All you do is just tell me yes or no, and I'll let him walk. This guy, Joe, was willing to go that extra mile for my son, but I told Joe no, because he does not deserve it. But Joe was willing to go out there and put himself in the line. And several years later, when he was county supervisor, I got a hold of Joe. I said, Joe, come here, I want to tell you something. You remember that kid that you pulled out of the brig at Disneyland? He says, yeah, well, that kid is now a PhD just like you, you know? So here's the thing. People make mistakes. And when they do, you have to give them an opportunity to redeem themselves. I think my daughter made a mistake. She said she didn't know what that video that she did, she was not aware of the connotations of what all this cracking or whatever it is, what it meant. But when she found out, she deleted it. But then again, the school says, no, you broke the rules. When you give someone an opportunity to make up for the wrong, you're learning something. I know, I learned too, because when I first started on my job, I made a big mistake. I overspent like about $25,000 on my first job. And I went to the county administrator, and the first thing he said, what he said was, all right, you made a mistake, we'll just take it over for next year, but don't do it again. And for the next 29 years, it never occurred again. But that's what I learned from that day. I used to also practice that with my employees, because I used to have a staff of about 15.
Mr. Ramirez, thank
But-
you so much. We have a time limit of 3
Okay,
minutes.
forgive me,
But thank
forgive
you.
me. But again, all I'm saying is, give my granddaughter another opportunity. She made a mistake. And that's what you people are here for, to teach our kids
Thank you.
the right and the wrong, all right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I hope you support my granddaughter. Thank you. Hi.
Dr. Fennell, you
Oh, am I next? Okay.
you are next.
Very good. Is it okay if I go in here?
Wherever you, the camera, is that your good side? Is that why you want to go on that side? Okay.
Good evening, trustees, Superintendent Farkas, Ms. Taylor. You're amazing student leaders. I loved hearing from the student leaders this evening. Parents, staff, everybody. I'm here on behalf of the County Office of Education to really basically say we're here for you. We wish you an incredible school year. One of the things that I wanted to share, well, first of all, I stand here as a proud Central Union High School graduate, class of 1985. Yes, I'm that old. And I have a 40-year reunion coming up this year. My high school sweetheart, class of 88, was also Central, and so we've been married 35 years. And all of my kids went through Southwest. So all that to say, this district will always have a special place in our family. And so with that, I want to recognize we have an event every year that we hold through our Foundation of Education, which is our Autumn in the Arts event. And that's coming up on Thursday, October 2nd. But each year at that event, we honor what we call a champion of the arts, or champion for the arts. And this year, it's one of your teachers from Southwest High School that is being honored as a champion for the arts. And is it okay to pass these up? And you'll see, and that's Jacqueline Playtez from Southwest. And so as you're getting this handout here, if you turn the page over on the front page, you'll see artwork there on the bottom. So that's artwork that is being auctioned off for scholarships for those students. So as those items are purchased, 100% of it goes back to the student as a scholarship. But those are pieces of artwork from both Southwest and Central that have been contributed to the event. So we hope that you'll be available to honor her, Jacqueline, at the event. She'll get a nice award and a little cash scholarship for herself as well. And then lastly, I just want to call attention to, we have 3 scholarship awards that have gone to Central and Southwest students. And this year we did something different. We actually partnered with the Mexican consulate to match our scholarships for students. And basically their criteria is that it has to be a student of Mexican descent. And as long as they meet that criteria, so 2 of the 3 are being honored. And I wanted to share, this is Savannah Oseguera, is one of the students. And she writes up a little testimonial about what the scholarship will help her do and what's meaningful for her. But I'm just going to read one sentence. She says, "For me, it is more than just financial assistance. It's a reminder that my hard work, my dreams, and my Mexican roots are valued and supported." And so we just want to recognize the fact that you have amazing teachers, you have amazing students, you have an amazing district. So on behalf of all of us at the County Office of Education and our Board of Trustees, our County Board of Education, we wish you an incredible year, and we're here for you, and we're ready to support you in any way we can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you at the Bell game. Big 40-year reunion at the Bell game.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Party the next day, right?
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
actually, we get a tour of your Central High School campus. So
Okay.
That's going to be really impressive.
Thank you.
Alyssa Tirado from IVROP.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alyssa Tirado from IVROP, and I'm the program manager with our Educational Service Department. Through IVROP's Educational Service Department, our main goal is to provide supportive services to our CTE teachers along with our CTE students. With that, I also have our career specialists who are located at Central High School as well as Southwest High School to discuss a little bit more about the items and supportive services that they provide at their specific school sites.
Hello, everyone. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Lanessa Tabares with IVROP. I am the new career specialist at Central Union High School, so I just want to introduce myself. I'm at your service for workshops and additional services that we provide at IVROP. And now I'm going to turn it to Betsy. Or Beteta, sorry.
No, you're good. Hi, everyone. I'm Betsaida Morales. I'm the career specialist for Southwest High School. I'm on for a year and a half now. And just like my manager mentioned, I'm here for any services that RCT teachers and students will need from us. We usually focus on employability resources and just in general tools that will help our students succeed in the workforce, along with support with our RCT teachers and students. It usually takes the form of, one-on-one appointments or presentations and workshops that really help them develop their resume, all of those necessary materials to better prepare for whatever lies ahead, scholarships and all of that. Other ways that we kind of perform that assistance and provide resources is by scheduling guest speakers, bringing in career awareness. One of the ways that we've kind of taken that on a little bit more this year at Southwest High School is provided Future Fridays, where we bring in industry guest speakers that correspond to the existing CT industries at Southwest High School to kind of provide more awareness into what careers lie ahead, what they can start getting into, and that's just in general for the student body. We also do that independently for the CT teachers. So that's just some of the many ways that we try to provide as much career awareness and resources to our students so they can kind of get a better sense of what they can do after high school and how they can start preparing now rather than later, and maybe they don't have that resource at their disposal. So thank you so much for your time, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last one, Fernanda Lynch.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Fernanda Lynch, the Public Information and Community Engagement Officer for Central Union High School District. I'm standing up here because it's a recognition, so I think it'll be nicer to come up here. As part of our commitment to excellence, each month our district will be recognizing the community and business partners who play a vital role in supporting our CTE pathways. These partners help bridge the gap between classroom learning and real-world experience, ensuring our students are prepared for college, career, and beyond. Tonight, it is my honor to present our first Career Technical Education Industry Partner of the Month recognition. So this month, our CTE teachers have nominated Imperial County Public Health Department CalFresh Healthy Living Program for their outstanding contributions. The CalFresh Healthy Living Program has collaborated with Central Union High School HOSA, future health professionals, in a project focused on food waste. During this project, students conducted a food waste audit on campus and tracked what foods were being thrown away, guiding students in analyzing results, identifying areas for improvement, and guiding them as they presented the findings to Central's administration. They also worked with Southwest High School community health worker students in Recipe for Wellness, a project-based learning activity in the public health pathway. The CalFresh team helped students select recipes from the Eat Fresh website and learn the nutritional components of the recipe. Students then created recipe cards and conducted recipe demonstrations for 10th grade students. Through hands-on lessons, engaging workshops, and interactive demonstrations, the CalFresh Healthy Living Program has modeled what it means to be a true industry partner. They've helped our students connect classroom learning with real-world applications, whether it's understanding the role of nutrition in community health, exploring health-related careers, or developing the leadership skills needed to become advocates for wellness. Today, we are proud to honor the Imperial County Public Health Department CalFresh Healthy Living Program with the Committed to Excellence Industry Partner Award. This recognition is a testament to the years of collaboration, mentorship, and unwavering support they have provided to our students and to our district. On behalf of Central Union High School District Career Technical Education, thank you for your service, your leadership, and your dedication. And I know 3 of you guys are here, so if you want to come up, and we'd like to recognize you for your hard work. And then we also have Ms. Valadez here, who's worked very closely with this team. And I'll take a picture.
I got you. Go ahead. No, you get me. It's your turn. Go.
I love that.
Take a picture with the board.
Over here watching you all.
No, we're just enjoying watching you.
Are we doing behind or in front?
We can stand over here.
How do you want us to stand in behind? Yep.
I want to see that picture.
You want us in the front or back?
Come on up front.
Okay, I guess we're going front.
So a little shuffle. Safe shuffle.
The second one? Sure.
All right, scoot in a little bit closer. Yes. Perfect. All right, 3, 2, 3, 2. The baby's
Today it's perfect.
Are we done? Yes, that is the last public comment.
Okay, that's the public comment section. Let's go ahead and go to ECSTA. Comments? Mr. Dueñas.
Good evening, trustees, members of the community, colleagues, and admin. Okay. First item, and I've got a few items on my list. Dodgers are still in first.
Whatever.
Okay, so, board members, a couple weeks ago I sent you guys all a text message and an email in regards to some issues with HR. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Gabino Dueñas. I'm president of El Centro Secondary Teachers Association. I represent all of the teachers. Well, okay, so back to, I sent you a communication about some problems with HR and how things are being handled or mishandled. I had to deal with a few phone calls today about more. A coach, which I consider to be an institution in this city, a good friend of mine, apparently his certifications have expired, and it's now an issue. If the information that I've received is 100% accurate, his certifications expired in 2023. We're in the 2025 season. This is supposed to be an HR function. HR is supposed to notify them. It's supposed to make sure that they are keeping things up to date. And I mean, the amount of hours that a coach puts in, and Sandy, I know you're well aware of that, put these certifications and when they expire somewhat on the back burner. You know, it's not important because, well, we're concerned with preparing the kids and building those relationships and getting the wins, right? So just want to make sure that the questions are being asked as to who dropped the ball. Was it really the coach? If the things expired in 2023 and he coached in 2023 and he coached in 2024 and now in 2025 it's an issue. And he's being possibly asked to leave the field. Can he take care of it? Absolutely. Will he? I don't know. He's a stubborn guy. But I will say this. There was an easy fix. There was an easy remedy to this. It just was not handled appropriately. So let's please continue as board members to ask questions to make sure that things are being taken care of that are related to HR. Another thing that stands out when it comes to HR is the fact that we got to take a look at priorities, right? From the teacher's standpoint, and through negotiations, it's always been a conversation that we've had where is HR doing their job when it comes to flying positions and advertising and recruiting to try to retain teachers that are well qualified, right? Because we all know that if we do not advertise early and we wait till the very end, then it's slim pickings, right? there's usually a month in the year when teachers get notified whether they're coming back or not, and when these decisions are made. And at that point, EdJoin, or the account on EdJoin, should be full of our needs, especially if we know that we have teachers that are going to be retiring, and those notifications should come out in February if the district is requiring them to notify the district in January. But sometimes those positions are not flown for months. And so my question to you would be about priorities, because I know of a few situations where positions were going to need to be replaced. And if we check EdJoin today, we've got a baseball coach position at Southwest High School, which we knew would need to be replaced. And there is a softball coach position, which is also being flown, and that we also knew was coming. But it's being flown, I'm not sure if it went out today or if it went out yesterday, but it just became a priority. Yet, we knew about those positions coming for months. HR has a position also that's being flown, and I believe, if the information is accurate, that that position was flown immediately. So I've got to ask you, where are the priorities? Is it in the teachers? Shouldn't they be a bigger priority, since we're the ones dealing with students and students' needs and students and interacting with them? Shouldn't that be the top priority of a school district that's committed to excellence? I think so. So I would just ask you to continue to ask those questions, to continue to investigate, because priorities seem to not be being handled. Another item, MOUs. I find it disheartening that we're in mid-September and an MOU that should have been signed prior to the school year. I believe I did talk to you guys about how my request for an MOU, my proposals were being ignored. And I don't want to say that they're being ignored at this point, but they're not being agreed to, and I don't think that we should continue to wait, especially when the whole process of an MOU, as far as I've tried to explain it, is that when changes happen to working conditions, we need to make changes to contracts. We need to make changes to job descriptions. We need to make changes. We need to make agreements before these changes take effect. But when our district staff delays, and doesn't agree to things, the association is kind of like being forced or being told, are you going to tell teachers really that they don't want to do the job with these students? Are you really going to be the bad guy to do that? And I've got to weigh the benefit with students and what's right for teachers, right? And sometimes, even though I'm the representative of the teachers, I sort of have to talk to them and say, you know what, we just gotta go with the flow. We just gotta get it done. We'll take care of that MOU. We'll take care of our needs. We're still talking about it. It's gonna happen. But I don't believe that anymore. I find it harder and harder to continue to lie to my association members, because that's what I'm feeling I'm doing at this point, in telling them we're going to come up to some sort of agreement on topics that we should have agreed to before the start of the school year. When we implement a brand new program such as co-teaching, the needs of those teachers should have been taken care of prior to starting the school year. Ideas and proposals were made prior, and nothing happened. We still don't have anything in place. Your teachers are co-teaching. The work is being done. I find it frustrating that conversations around MOUs are sort of, I don't know, it's kind of like they're afraid to just sign something. Now, an MOU, as far as the association sees it, is a temporary contract, which is why we are always adamant that it needs to expire. We want it to expire because it allows us the opportunity to review, revise, and make changes. So when we take a look and we say, okay, we think that this is what's going to work, this is what we need, when it expires, it allows us to reflect and think, are we missing anything? Do we need to make any changes? And at that point, we can create a brand new MOU. When we finally think that we've got it right, we can now just simply put it into our collective bargaining agreement. But when we are, I don't know, hesitant to not sign an MOU, to not put something in place, it sets us back, right? It sets us back. Simply making assurances or making commitments is not good enough. Not when trust has been eroded. We cannot continue down that path because every day that passes, trust continues to be eroded. That's enough I'll say about that. Negotiations, I hope that we can meet soon. That's all I'll say about negotiations. I hope that you did listen to some of the people that were giving accolades to the different programs, and remember that we are trying to negotiate for those individuals and their programs. I was a bit disheartened, and I wish that the parents would have stayed and listened, but I'm 49 years old, and I was raised old school. I'm the type of kid that was out in the streets, sun up to sundown, drank water from the hose, survived out there, right? And I'm from Los Angeles, so those streets are a little rougher. But I was disheartened at their pleas to minimize the consequences. I understand that perhaps their perspective is that the punishment is harsh, but I also listened to some duplicity in their pleas, in pointing fingers at Mr. Derma, pointing fingers at Mr. Spanos, without saying his name, and saying that who's keeping track of, every child's post. Well, I mean, that's impossible. It is. They want accountability, yet their child posted something on her personal account. Shouldn't the parents be accountable? Just a comment, just a question. I mean, I really don't care to get involved in that situation, but I do want you to consider the fact that when you impact programs by making decisions that overrule a decision by the people that are within and have established a program will really be problematic. I will tell you this, being that I was a member of ASB in high school. I went to Calexico High School, and I was a member of ASB for 2 years. I was the guy that organized the pep rallies. I was the guy that took out the sound system. I was the one that was handling the student store and all that stuff. ASB is a leadership group of students. They are held to a much higher standard. We can talk about fairness, but I think that as leaders, as representatives of a group, you need to be held to a higher standard. And if you mess up, your consequences should be harsher. Should be. My perspective. My perspective. Okay. And last thing. I've got a presentation for you. So if we can get access to the computer. Okay. So I did listen to Marcy talk about the deficit spending, and it is a problem. I'm the type of guy that will sometimes point out problems, but I always propose a solution, always. At least I try to. Not always listen to, but I try. Okay, so what I want to present to you guys tonight is a proposal or a question. Why should the Central Union High School Board offer an early retirement package? That is the SERP, right? That's something that I did ask you guys a few months ago, but this time I've actually put a presentation together. How do I switch? Do I go? Okay. So if we took a look at the numbers, if we replaced a teacher employed at year 34 on column 6 with a teacher that will be on step 1, column 1. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with our salary schedule, column 1 is at the very far end, and that's where you place the newest teachers who are barely coming into the programs. They might not have a full credential yet, but they have a bachelor's degree. Column 6 are teachers that have a master's degree, possibly a doctorate degree, but they're going to have master's degrees plus 60 additional credits. So because of this, and because the way teachers get paid, if you are at year 34 and you are on column 6, you are making a significant wage. Your salaries are quite high. So what I did put together, since I am a math teacher, is I put some math numbers together. So it says, so if we were to hire, what would be the difference? Well, the difference between a teacher close to retirement and a new teacher in terms of salary is $92,000. That's where we are now, today. If you go from year 34, column 6, and subtract that dollar amount from year 1, step 1, $92,000 is the difference. The very last time that a SERP study was done, the difference was around $37,000. Now, the difference is $92,000. That's a big jump. If we replace a teacher employed at year 34 on column 6 with a teacher that will be on step 8, column 3, that means that we're getting an experienced teacher, because our policies allow that we take a veteran teacher who may have been employed for 10, 15, 20 years, doesn't matter. They'll only get credit for 8, right? And they'll get placed at step 8. And let's just say that they have a master's degree. They'll get placed at column 3, okay? We're still saving $56,000. So if we replace them with veteran teachers, that could potentially be the worst case scenario, $56,000 in savings. Now, if we're lucky to find experienced teachers, step 8, column 6, that means that they've got their doctorate, they've got a master's plus 60 credits, right? If we're lucky, we're still saving $47,790 on each teacher every year that they're employed until they catch up, right? And it's going to take them quite a few years. As of today, our district employs 106 teachers that are on column 6. That's 106 teachers that are on track to make the most salary. Not all of them are on year 34. Not all of them. But I've identified 15 employees with over 28 years of service. 15 are on column 6, and at the very least, year 28. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means that our salary schedules, that when we take a look at our budgets, it's expensive to employ all of these teachers. It's very expensive. So if we were to look at how can we save money, because apparently that's something that the district is going to need to do. Especially when the pool that should have been done December of 2025, according to Arnold's last presentation on the pool, December 2025 is when it should be done, okay? And now we got to revisit it and take a look at how much more it's going to cost. I just want to remind you guys that when the district embarked and got the bond for the pool project and for the STEM building, it was to the tune of $30 million. The STEM building cost over $34 million. It's something, you know, things are getting more expensive as we wait, but okay. We've made the commitment to provide these things for our community. I see no problem with doing that still, but we have to be cognizant that things are getting more expensive, and if things are getting more expensive, we need to make changes, we need to take action. What I am trying to propose is an action. Now, the last time a SERP proposal was prepared was in 2020. At that time, the savings per employee was $37,000, as I previously stated. The savings will be much higher this time around because even though the numbers I put up were for the very extremes, and in each scenario, they were much, much more than
So 2020
$37,000.
was the last time?
That was the last time that a proposal was made and prepared by school services. The SERP was not approved by the board. The proposal was prepared, and at that time, the SERP did, or the board was directed them to create this proposal and take a look at it in terms of what would it cost us to offer, a retirement package, an early retirement package for certificated staff, CSEA management, and admin.
So this must have been at the start of the 2020-21 school year, not the 19.
It could have been 2019.
Because that's when I retired, was in 2020, and I don't recall.
The study was made, and
Yeah.
it was probably 2019, 2020. I've got the documents on my desk.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
But the recommendation by the board was that they were not going to accept it because they did not see the savings, but it was only, and if we took a very close look at it,
Mhm.
the savings were not realized at management. The savings were realized at CSEA, and the savings were realized for all certificated teachers. But when you bulk them in together, and we think back, who was employed back then? Well, I mean, you had Sherry Hart, I believe.
When I retired, was Sherry here? I don't think so.
Well, when the study was done was 2019. I believe she was still employed and was on her last year. And I believe Arnold was still here. So they were very close to retirement. And so to offer this would, cost money. So it wasn't approved by the board. So what I'm suggesting is let's not make the mistake of the past trustees. The SERP can potentially save more than $1 million per year, every year, moving forward, if this is offered to certificated staff. More so, and now I'm using $1 million simply because if we were to get, and most recommendations are for 10 individual teachers. Now I've identified 15, which means we're looking at more than $1 million. If we offer it to CSEA, I don't know, I don't have the information. I didn't do an FYA request on that. I did it on everything else. But I'm sure that there's going to be some savings there as well. So if we're looking for ways to save money, the SERP's the way to do it. Now, there will be savings to the district as well if offered to CSEA staff, but there won't be savings if offered to certificated management. Sorry, Craig. Looking at you. Love you, buddy. But this is not for you. Okay. Just had to say that. I mean, you could offer it to him. I mean, he's just one guy. I mean, if we were serious about it and we took a good look at it, it would have to be offered and see if people would take it, right? And I don't know that there are teachers that are, that there's more certificated management individuals that are that close to retirement. Craig, I know, is 3 years away, maybe 4. He might take it. I mean, hope he doesn't, because it's still kind of cool. But okay. But it would make sense, right? Now, last year I petitioned Keenan on my own. I petitioned Keenan Associates to start the CERT process. But this requires information from the district to be shared. And Dr. Farkas and his cabinet were unwilling at that time to embark on the study. They said no. So we didn't do it at all. We didn't start it. And all it was to just say, okay, here's the information. Same information that they gave me when I do an FOIA request. The same information that I get every year from one of my union members who does a request on our behalf and submits it to all of our negotiators and says, here you go, guys, I did my part. And she does a great job. But she does it every year for us. And she is a past negotiator. And she does it with that information. She does that information for us because she understands that we need this information. So she got us information, but the district was unwilling to participate in that study at that time. It's just numbers, just work. I mean, just a little bit, one more. They'd already done the study. I mean, they'd already given the information to somebody else. They could have just sent it to Keenan, but they said no. Okay. So the last budget presentation included a 3-year projection. That was done, I believe, at the very last board meeting, indicating that reserves would be reduced significantly. Now, I am proposing a SERP as a long-term cost savings measure for the district that will improve the economic outlook for years to come by reducing the cost of teacher salaries significantly. Like I said, over $1 million. Just teachers. It could potentially be $2 million, depending on how many actually take and how many actually retire early. Now, ECSTA is asking you, board members, to direct Central Union High School District's admin team to get the SERP study started. I believe the most cost-effective would be a 2-year service credit. Now, because of how much time you have to pay to CalSTRS. Now, I've previously stated, the last time I've talked about this, that I've actually sat in with Keenan in meetings, and it was during the 2020-2019, because I remember it was a Zoom meeting because that's all we were able to do. So we met over Zoom and we discussed the SERP process, and I asked them about the 2-year service credit, and they explained that when you get a 2-year service credit, the district is afforded 8 years to pay that back to CalSTRS. So when you say, well, it's going to cost us a lot of money. Yeah, it's going to cost you a lot of money, but you've got an 8-year payment plan. Now, during that 8-year payment plan, you are going to see the savings on year 1. So why aren't we doing this? IBC did it. Central Elementary did it. Why aren't we? Because we don't want to do the study? They're going to do the paperwork. Keenan and Associates is going to do the paperwork. We just got to provide them the information that they need. Once we give them the information, they run with it, and then they come and bring us a proposal. And I believe that it is free. So why are we hesitant? I don't understand. Thank you very much for your time.
Send that to me when you get a chance, because Zoom was after 2020. So if you had a Zoom meeting, it was 2021. Right?
But we were discussing, I was asking questions on a previously composed study. So we were looking at the documents, and it had already been done, so it was, but we were discussing it later? Yeah, not before.
It was after June then.
Yeah, and I was asking them to explain.
Because I thought maybe they might owe me a little bit of money, because I could have been part of that.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Duenas. Okay. So, CSEA, anybody here? Okay. Okay, approval of the agenda. I need a...
Madam President?
Yes.
I would like to move to amend the agenda.
Okay.
And to move item 11 till we get further information on it.
Item 11, the second
Please.
reading of proposed revision board policy as presented. Item 11. Okay, so we're going to table that one. So, again, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented with the tabling of item number 11 for further information from Dr. Farkas?
Thank you.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you. Consent agenda items. All items appearing on the consent agendas are routine business matters and will be acted upon by one motion without discussion. Should any board member request an item be considered separately, that item will be added to the end of the regular meeting. We have 10, 11 items there. Okay, do I have a motion for the consent?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda items as presented.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Action items, approval of personnel report, September 2023. The board is requested to approve the September personnel report as presented. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the personnel report as presented.
Okay, I have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Ms. Mora, I think you were going to make a little presentation here.
Actually, I just want to welcome to our Central Union High School District family, Kimberly Barajas, Jorge Fernandez, Alejandra Moreno Rodriguez, Vanessa Ochoa, and Gabriela Uriarte. And these employees were the recently employed. They were not at the August welcome back event that we had, and while we were visiting the Central Southwest cafeterias, those ladies were presented to us, and I said, if you are at the board meeting, which I don't think they are, I will bring your name up, but that's the reason why we're bringing them up.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome the new employees. Okay, item number 2, approval of board resolution number 090925-03, authorization to teach out of major minor credential area. The board is requested to approve the following board resolution authorizing certificated staff to teach out of the credential authorization area based on specific ed code sections that authorize teacher assignments during the 25-26 school year. Board resolution number 09025-03 per ed code section 4426. Can I have a motion to approve that?
I move that we approve the board resolution authorizing to teachers to teach out of the major minor credential area.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And this is a roll call vote?
Trustee Ellis?
Yes.
Trustee Espinoza?
Aye.
Trustee Nugent?
Yes.
Trustee Delgado?
Yes.
Trustee Mona?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item number 6 is public disclosure of initial contract proposal for CUHSD Board of Trustees to CSEA Chapter 726. This time, the Board of Trustees invites public comments on the contract proposal from Central Union High School District Board of Trustees to the Classified School Employees Association, CSEA Central Chapter 726, Association for Contract Negotiations for the 24-25 school year. Speakers are given their names and addresses. The time limit for speakers is 3 to 5 minutes. The board reserves the right to limit presentations. This meeting is being taped and all comments are being recorded. So I'd like to open up that session. Anybody want to come up? Okay, close it. Approval of the initial contract proposal for CUHSD Board of Trustees to the California School Employees Association and its Chapter 726. Superintendent recommends that the Governing Board of Trustees approves the initial contract proposal for the Central Union High School District to the California School Employees Association and its Chapter 726 for contract negotiations for the 24-25 school year. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Item number 5, adoption resolution of 090925-0 proclaiming the month of September as Attendance Awareness Month. It is requested that the Board of Trustees adopts resolution 090925-02 proclaiming the month of September as Attendance Awareness Month. Yay. Do I have a motion?
I move that we proclaim the month of September as Attendance Awareness Month.
Okay, and a second?
I'll second.
Okay, this is also a roll call vote.
Trustee Ellis?
Yes.
Trustee Espinoza?
Aye.
Trustee Nugent?
Yes.
Trustee Delgado?
Yes.
Trustee Mona?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And Sandy, if I may, I have brought up the attendance, how important it is. Today, as you all know, I live in Heber. I saw on that huge, I call it computer billboard, I saw that El Centro Elementary School District has the biggest one that we used to have one maybe 3-4 years ago. But I saw their big screen computer and I loved it. That's what we need.
The one right across from Chili's, is that what you're talking about? Okay.
Yes. Even though I could be looking at the restaurants, I was looking at the billboard, and it's very nicely drawn. It attracts you right away. Hey, look, they're talking about attendance.
Mhm.
So maybe we need to
Look into that.
something like
I think they have one on La Boucherie too,
that. Yeah, because they're.
by the Circle K.
Yeah.
Okay, item number 6, board approval of termination of a lease agreement with the Imperial County Office of Education regarding the use of Child Care Center at Central Union High School. The superintendent recommends that the governing board of trustees terminates the MOU with ICOE providing classroom space for our ESN students. So that building, it still will be renovated for the adjustments, or that wing there?
Yeah, the goal would be at the end of the school year, over this course of the summer, to prepare it so that our ESN students would have more of an expansion, because many of them are in the portable area across campus,
Mhm.
and also the facilities are much better for their learning and skills.
Okay. Better for Fernando to come over there as well, right? Okay, do I have a motion to approve it?
motion.
Okay, thank you. And a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item number 7, public hearing for sufficiency of textbooks or instructional materials at the Central Union High School District for the 2025-26 school year. The superintendent recommends the governing board of trustees conduct the public hearing for the purpose of determining the sufficiency of textbooks or instructional materials at the Central Union High School District for the 2025-26 school year. So I'll open up for the hearing. Do we have anybody? Okay, close it. Adoption of the board resolution 090925-02 regarding the sufficiency of instructional materials for the 25-26 school year. The superintendent recommends that the governing board of trustees adopt resolution 090925-2 regarding sufficiency of public materials for the 25-26 school years, assuring the superintendent of public instruction that the district has compiled with the requirements of Ed Code Section 60119. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
This is a roll call vote.
Trustee Ellen?
Yes.
Trustee Espinoza?
Aye.
Trustee Nugent?
Yes.
Trustee Tavares?
Yes.
Trustee Mora?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Item number 9, adoption of board policy 090925-04 regarding National Suicide Prevention Month. The superintendent recommends the governing board of trustees adopt board resolution number 090925-4, declaring the month of September 2025 as National Suicide Prevention Month, and encourages all faculty, staff, and students to commemorate this occasion with appropriate activities, instructional activities, I'm sorry. Can I have a motion?
I motion.
Thank you. And a second?
I'll second.
Okay, this is a roll call vote.
Trustee Ellen?
Yes.
Trustee Espinoza?
Aye.
Trustee Nugent?
Yes.
Trustee Tavares?
Yes.
Trustee Mora?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Item 10, adoption of board resolution 090925-05, declaring the month of September 2025 as Hispanic Heritage Month. The superintendent recommends the governing board of trustees adopt board resolution number 090925-05, declaring the month of September 2025 as Hispanic Heritage Month, and encourage all faculty, staff, and students to commemorate this occasion with appropriate instructional activities. And we heard some of those activities that are going to be taking place at the sites from our board reps today, so that's kind of cool. So can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay. And once again, a roll call vote?
Trustee Ellen?
Yes.
Trustee Espinoza?
Aye.
Trustee Nugent?
Yes.
Trustee Tavares?
Yes.
Trustee Mora?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go on to item number 12. First reading of proposed revision board policies and administrative regulations as listed. This is a first read only. The governing board does not need to take any action at this time. And this is the item that Mr. Sandoval, I believe, was making reference to. Yeah. So, item 13, approval of board resolution 090925-06, adopted again for the 24-25 school year. The board is requested to adopt board resolution 090925, excuse me, 06, adopting the appropriations limit for the 24-25 school year. This now, form is now included as part of the 24-25 unactual audit report. Do I have a motion? Sorry.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Losing my voice. Okay, this is a roll call vote.
Trustee Keller?
Yes.
Trustee Espinoza?
Aye.
Trustee Nugent?
Yes.
Trustee Perales?
Yes.
Trustee Mora?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, item number 14. Board approval of the 24-25 unaudited actuals and the September revised 25-26 budget. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the 24-25 unaudited actuals, and September 25-26 budget as presented. And I think Ms. Mendoza's going to come up.
Good evening again. So here I have a more detailed budget breakdown of where our 24-25 unaudited actuals and our 25-26 revised budget. So we'll go down the, fiscal overview as far as where we're at. This is the unaudited actuals it reflects our final revenues and expenditures for 24-25. Our next step is our external audit. We're actually having our auditors here this week on Thursday and Friday, so by December board meeting, I'll provide an audit report for you guys. And then the forward planning, you'll see the revised 25-26 budgets and any challenges we have ahead of us. So a breakdown of our revenue sources for the 24-25, total of $80.44 million. $63.1 million comes from LCFF sources. 4.41 is federal revenue. 7.68 is state revenue. And then the 5.25 million is other local revenue. Here are expenditures and fund balances for the 24-25 fiscal year. Our total expenditures are $86.5 million. From that, the personnel cost is $64.71 million, which is 75% of our budget. Materials and services, book supplies, that's $1.83 million, which is 2% of our budget. Capital and indirect costs are $19.96 million, which is 23% of our budget. As you can see, we have a net decrease of fund balance of $6.05 million, giving us a ending fund balance of $24.49, which is unrestricted $12.58, and our restricted $11.91 million. For our 25-26 outlook, and these are projections. So the 24-25 are actuals. These are our projections based on the information we have as of this summer. For our revenues, we're projected to have $80.46 million, which of LCFF is 64.28. It is an increase of 1.9% from our 24-25. We have our federal revenue, which is at $3.86 million. It is a decrease of 12.4% from prior year. Then we have our state revenue at $7.6 million, also a decrease of 1% from prior year. We have our local revenue at $4.72 million, which is a decrease of 9.8% from prior year. Ooh, I went too fast. Here's our expenditure breakdown for 25-26.
Our total projected expenditures are at $93.61 million, which is an 8.2% increase from 24-25 actuals. Our personnel cost is $73.74 million, which is 79% of our budget. Materials and services at $1.74 million, which is 2% of our budget. Our capital outlay and indirect costs is at $18.12 million, which is 19% of our budget. Our projected deficit for 25-26 is at $13.12 million. So leaving us with an ending fund balance at $11.36 million. And the breakdown of unrestricted is 9.88, and our restricted is 1.48. So this is a approximately 53.6 decrease from our total fund balance. So these are things we need to keep a close eye on. And our next budget report that I'll be working on is first interim, and that's where we'll have more information from our Fiscal Services of California, and they provide a breakdown of what to expect. And I know we still have to update our, throughout the year, once, the state closes throughout California, then they update us with, updated allocations. So it could be we do receive additional revenues. So, but this is as of right now, it is a living document. So as of right now, today, this is where we're at for 25-26. Next, I'll present to you enrollment and ADA. This is based on trends. So we do have our October snapshot, which this year will be October 1st. So the first Wednesday of October. Last year we had an enrollment of 4,070 students. Based on our trend, we're projected to be at 4,055 for the October 1st. I'm hoping it comes in higher. I know our enrollment right now is a little bit higher, but the snapshot is what's going to count. It is, so we're projected at 4,055 students, a change of 15 students decrease. Now, that's our enrollment, but what we're funded on is ADA, our actual attendance. So our attendance last year for P2, and this is, we go off of an average or actual, whichever is higher. 3-year average or actual. So if our ADA comes in higher, it bumps up our rolling average. But because we are at a declining ADA, we're slowly catching up with actuals versus the average. So for 24-25, they funded us at 3,891.44 ADA. We're projected this year to be funded at 3,867.47, which is a 23.97 ADA increase. So even though, while our projected ADA will decrease, it does reduce our LCFF regardless of us having a 2.3 COLA increase. So that's where we're at with attendance. I know right now other things that we're working on is making sure that our families submit the income verification form. That's really key because we do get additional supplemental and concentration dollars, so we are working on that. And I really want to thank the actual sites because they're having, they'll be making phone calls to these families that haven't submitted their application. So I'm hoping we can get those numbers up, and that brings additional supplemental and concentration dollars. Now my next slide is just where we ended up with other funds. We do have other funds, not just the general fund, which is, we have the adult education fund. For 24-25, we had an ending balance of $721,860. For 25-26, we are projected to be at $827,633. For our cafeteria fund, we had an ending balance of $3,378,106. And we do have a planned deficit spending of $1,157,847 for the 25-26 fiscal year, which will bring us down to a projected $2.2 million balance for 25-26. Then we have our special reserve fund of $634,370, and this is for our aquatic center. Then we also have fund for the retiree benefits fund. Right now we have an ending balance of $3,019,604, and our projected ending fund balance for 25-26 is $3,124,604. So that's where we are with our other funds. And just summary and recommendations. Right now, our cash flow is stable. Where there's no need for our district to borrow money in the next three years out. We do have a significant deficit spending. It's actually at a point where we're structural deficit spending. So we do have to keep an eye on that, because eventually our deficit spending will catch up to our balances, and we're going to run out of our balances. So I think our district is doing very well in being proactive as far as looking at contracts, looking at supplies, areas where we can save when it comes to supplies. I think we're doing a good job about that, and also just monitoring that and asking people to get quotes. That way we get a good price on whatever item we're purchasing, and even services. So that's all I have for you today, and I'm requesting that if you can approve the 24-25 unaudited actuals and the 25-26 revised budget. Any questions?
No. I wish I knew enough to ask.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very
You
much.
did
You're
a very
welcome.
beautiful job.
Yeah.
Thank you for painting that. Challenges and all.
Gotta
from
get the kids in school.
deficit to- yeah.
We'll get it right.
Attendance, yep.
We're here for the right reasons, so that's what matters. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marcy. Okay, so it is requested that the Board of Trustees approve the 2024-2025 unaudited actuals and September 2025-2026 budget as presented. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a
Go right ahead.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Okay, this is a roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes. Oops, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I jumped ahead. Sorry, go ahead. It's been a long day.
Trustee Nugent?
Yes.
Trustee Tavares? Yes. Trustee Mora?
Yes.
Okay. I think we're good. So we do not have to go back to closed session, so I will go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 8:17. Thank you. See you Thursday.